There are no good guys left in New York. Why do all New York men suck? Now, I used to believe this. I used to think all New York men suck until I cracked the code. In New York City, there's an even split between great guys and objectively shitty guys. 50-50, simple as that. But within the 50% of objectively great guys, there's only 20% that are available. And this is because the other 30% are cuffed. They're in a relationship. So that's why it feels like there are no great guys, because there's only 20% of them that you can actually have. And they're scarce. They're kind of, you never know where they're gonna be. Are they gonna be at a coffee shop? Are they gonna be in a Barnes & Noble? Probably not. And while the city does attract certain rats, there's equally great rats out there. They're just more scarce because half of them have been snatched.
The 20% want nothing to do with you anymore. The good guys have finally realized that they're okay with being alone. The juice isn't worth the squeeze, and they don't want to be settled for after you've given your best years to the bad boys in your 20s. Does that make sense?
Okay, ladies, I hate to say it, but I have to say it because I am sick of this, and I'm speaking to myself. Why do we never give the nice guy the chance? Like, why do we look at the nice guy like the ones who's just annoying and just thirsty and they're always available and not attractive to us? And meanwhile, we're complaining that we're getting dogged out, that we're dealing with manipulative, narcissistic men who can't treat a woman right. Not even men, little boys who don't know how to treat a woman right, who just fumble us all the time. Like, we complain that we get treated like that, but 9 times out of 10, we overlooked the nice guy to deal with this man. Boy. Like, I don't get it. Why do we do that? In 2024, can we stop doing that? I'm speaking to myself too, because I hate that I do this too. Like, can we give the nice guys a chance? Let's give the nice guys a chance. I want the nice guy. I want the guy that's texting me, "Good morning, beautiful. I hope you have an amazing day today because you're such a blessing and I'm grateful to know you." Like, I want that guy. I don't want the guy that's texting me, "Hey, what's up?" Can we stop doing that? This is not it. Like, in 2024, we're going for the nice guys.
Why do you women come to this realization around 30? Western women want the alpha cock and need the beta buck. It's a good thing the good guys have clocked this BS.
To all of my fellow single 30-year-old girlies, where are we meeting men if it's not dating apps? Because I am about to boycott Hinge for like the 50th time. I feel like the matches are just not it. And the men on Hinge are also not it. Like, they're either emotionally unavailable, which I don't understand being on a dating app if your intention isn't to date, or at least be clear about your intention. Yeah, so where are we meeting them? And I know it's not at a bar or a club, because we're kind of past that stage of our life.
She's 30, tired of games, and wants a good man to settle down with. Keep it up, guys. Stay single. Keep your cash, peace, and quiet.
Due to inflation, one good guy is now worth... What was that? What was that, Joe? No, it can't be real. No! The president has told me there are no longer any good guys. I repeat, no more good guys. We are completely and utterly fucked.
I want my person. Why is it so hard to find your person? I'm tired. You know, it's really hard when love is the one thing you can't force. You can't make it happen. It has to just show up, but where is it? Where is it? I'm so ready, and I have a beautiful life waiting for the perfect man to show up.
The majority of these women already had their person. They fumbled him, thinking the grass was greener on the other side.
I figured it out. I know why good guys finish last. I already have a video about nice guys and how they're boring, if you want to go check that out in my earlier videos. But I have an analogy, and I think this might be easy for some people to grasp. When it comes to good guys, let's just say you say to them, "Hey, let's build a cake. I'm gonna make the cake, but you buy the items." They show up with just flour. And you look at them and say, "Where's the eggs? Where's the butter? Where's the icing?" They will be screaming at you like, "I brought the flour. That's all we need, the flour." And you're like, "But how are we gonna make the cake with just flour?" And then they'll try to convince you and go on and on as to why flour is the only thing that's necessary for building the cake. That's exactly how they are in relationships. They just bring the fact that they are loyal and faithful and think that's going to be enough to sustain a healthy, long-lasting relationship. As we all know, that is the bare minimum requirement to enter a relationship. You have to have a lot more about you that makes people even want to choose you. What else can you bring to the table that makes me feel like, you know what, I can sit here and eat here and for a very long time?
This makes no sense at all. We'll be sure to remind you of this when you're in your 50s.
So if you're over 30 and single, listen to my rant, please. Where do you find guys? And don't tell me online dating. No, I'm not going to believe you. If you just go, hey, online dating, found them on Bumble. Yeah, so did 3 of my best friends. Like, Hinge, Bumble, and Tinder, actually. But, like, not now. Not in 2023. We're not finding people online. Like, they just want our money. They don't want our love. So, where do you meet them? And then I've been getting TikToks, it's like, leave the house. It's like, okay, I'll leave the house. Where am I going?
Check your friend zone. A lot of guys outside your friend zone are not interested in dating anymore, and it's all your fault. Digest that.
Women would say that men control hookup culture and it's men's fault. That's false. Hookup culture is actually women that control it. We control hookup culture because we're the gatekeepers of sex. And if guys aren't getting it, then they're gonna have to commit. That's just how it is. So the faster women realize that, the better it is, and the sooner this hookup culture ends. Simple.
It's too late, unfortunately. And we men have no problem with hookup culture. We're fine with it. No commitment issues, no alimony scams. I think we're good.
This comment was just too good not to respond to. I honestly think it is true that men nowadays are uninterested in the dating game. And they're most likely the good ones, which then leaves us ladies having bad experiences, and then we, in hand, want to get off the dating scene. So then we're both left screwed because all the good ones are out of the dating scene and aren't interested. When is this gonna change though? Maybe we all need to come back together and make it work?
It will change when we stop seeing men destroyed by the laws in divorce court. It will change when a relationship becomes beneficial instead of a risk.
The reason why dating feels so incredibly hard right now is because we currently have gender wars. But we also have an imbalance of energy. More men are now turning more passive, okay, which is deemed as feminine trait, and more women are turning more masculine. When you have gender wars, there will be no harmony. There will be no let's exist in peace. It's really every man for themselves. Women have got to a point now where they realize they don't need men for survival. So men are now panicking because in order for a man to feel good about himself, he needs to feel needed. But women don't really need you guys anymore. They don't. I know so many women who are like marriage-free, child-free, living life, happy, growing, thriving, like the list goes on. So this is the problem that men are having. The reason why it was easier for you guys to date women back in the day was because women actually didn't have options. They didn't have avenues that they can go down. So women were actually coming from a place of scarcity rather than abundance. Now women have an abundant mindset. They don't need to settle. They do not. They actually don't. Men want us to settle because if women don't settle, then that means men aren't going to be picked anymore.
Men aren't panicking at all. The majority of men aren't interested in dating. They finally realize being single means they can spend their money how they want, do what they want to do, and not lose half of everything they worked for in a divorce. Anyway, guys, you can now share your raw, unfiltered experiences about why you went MGTOW. Send them to our email. I'll read them out loud, exposing the reality and waking men up. I've pinned the email in the comments. That's all for today. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Also, click on the notification bell to know when I drop a new video. Bye.